Just got done watching Lil Uzi's interview. I learned a lot of shit off them interviews. Yeah, sorry I used to, now I'm not into you. I'm in my zone, I can't have no intervals, no. I simply cannot settle into normalcy and please. So like them politicians, I got tricks under my sleeve now. Shit, I gotta change now, cause every day's the same now. Our combos are the same now, gotta get out this maze now. All these lines can't trace, living legend in the making. I hit her up just to smoke some cookie. Right after that, she was giving me cookie. Running the game, I can't end up no rookie. Word on my palms, I got that tatted on me. My inner self can be fucking annoying. Looking for answers to kill paranoia. Not one for talking. Don't do much talking, no. In my zone. Leave me alone. Why you keep talking? Why you keep talking to me? I'm sorry, I don't wanna talk. Need to go for a walk. Gotta gather all my thoughts down.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Foursquare Podcast. As always, it's your boy Jeff.
It's your boy Alex.
Once again, it's your boy Lucas.
I just want to take a moment of silence real quick, bro. Because it's Hoochie Daddy season, boy. You know what I'm saying? I got the shorts on. The shorts are short.
Go ahead, Sean.
The shorts are short.
The thigh meat is out, bro.
The thigh meat is out. The sun is shining. It's a little hot. It's been a little hot.
It's a little hot. It's a little hot, that's all.
The sun is shining. The shorts are short. And it's summertime, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, my socials are blowing up. You know what I'm saying?
I bet they are.
The socials are blowing up. You know, I don't be on it no more. I don't post shit. Not anymore. I'm done. Because it's
The social media man. They'll be posting on social media.
That's
exactly
crazy,
right.
isn't
It makes no sense. I know I'm barely logged into my Instagram, but I'm logged into the Foursquare Instagram, of course. But it's like,
Go ahead, use your words. It's okay.
come on. I don't. Nah.
It is, bro. No, I get it. Like, despite you being a social media man, I get it. Like, it can be a lot with everything going on. Sometimes you gotta take a break, just disconnect for a little bit.
It's just been, especially with like the recent events that have been happening going on. It's just my head hurts.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that it's Hoochie Daddy season, and the short to short, we're looking real beautiful. My skin is I got my summer tone kind of.
And despite the social media-ness, that's still today's topic. So
It is.
Yeah. What?
Oh my god!
What?
What a flawless transition, you guys.
Sure.
So it was flawed.
What is... Well, I mean, Max don't even really like social media like that no more. But when you did, what was your social media app of choice?
For me, I'm going in between. I lean more towards Twitter, and then it was like Twitter and Instagram. Those are like my two big ones. But Twitter is where I usually go because that shit is.
Everything's on Twitter.
it's just funny.
Everything and everything. Everybody.
People's reactions in real time, of like what's happening. Like the whole I don't know if you guys were watching the Oscars with the whole like Will Smith slapping and stuff.
Everywhere.
Like the reactions on Twitter. The fact that happened in real time, they were quick. So
Everybody's like, what the fuck?
efficient. I was like, yo, like somebody literally was just like, yo, he slapped the mess out of Chris Rock, like, and everybody was like, yo, what's happening? Yo, oh my god, I'm like,
bro, the memes were
Remixes was like
flying.
by the next day, like the next morning.
No, like there are people out there that sit on their computer and wait for the perfect memes, and they just start flying out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys probably didn't watch Euphoria, but during the whole Euphoria craze, like whenever I think it was season 2 dropped, and like it was like getting towards the end of season 2, you'd always see people live tweeting the show, and you're just like, it would just be like, for Euphoria fans, be like, Cassie, no! And everybody knows what you're talking about. Because that bitch was on some stupid ass shit the whole season. All right?
I will take your word for it. But
I've only seen a few episodes of Euphoria, and there's just so many unanswered questions. Like,
I'm good.
Why is everybody so filthy?
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
And they be explicit.
Filthy.
You
Like,
see everything. I'm like, nah.
Everything.
and then even going back,
Very
because of their topic, like on TikTok, or like, so you know the bit of when Squidward loses his job in SpongeBob, and he yells at and he yells at SpongeBob like, "And why aren't you in uniform?"
And then
he like steps out and he steps
like
back in,
and
and bro. And then people on TikTok with Euphoria, like they have like this, regular clothes to the promiscuous clothes. And I was just
like
like,
they go to the club.
are people really out here dressing like this? Like,
I don't know.
I don't really watch Euphoria like that. So y'all have to clarify.
I don't know. I probably will watch Euphoria at some point, maybe if
Just
someone
to
tells
see
me
it,
to.
but it's just.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's so it just looks like a lot to take in.
I'm curious about all the hype
it's a
behind
lot
it.
in
to
the middle
take
of the
in.
season.
It definitely is a
I
lot
have
to
to
take
start from the very beginning.
It is definitely a lot to take in.
But
Anyway, bring it back.
I will answer Jeff's question. I've thought about it a little bit. I don't know. My favorite probably is Vine from back in the day.
Do it for the month.
Like Vine did something very different. Like it brought something, and it was, I don't know, it was elegant. You know, it was elegant. Like the whole idea of like making something like 7 seconds or something.
You had 7 seconds.
Yeah, 7 seconds, and to make people laugh, and
7 seconds could change your life.
and like so much so, even like you would like see the full version. Like there would be the Vine version, and there's the full version. Like the person would make it on YouTube, and it was like a minute long. I'm like, this is just not funny. It's too much. Like, give me the 7 seconds again. Like,
Yeah,
also phrasing for 7 seconds being too long. Whatever.
Vine was legendary.
Vine was a different era, bro.
Vine set the path for TikTok to kind of stumble around on a little bit.
Yeah.
Online memes.
And you kids are gonna hate me for that, but I don't care.
Nah, go watch the Vine compilations. You know what we talking about.
Sorry.
Some people out here telling me, "Oh, Vine wasn't that funny." Shut the fuck up.
Vine was hilarious. It literally paved the way for your favorite artist.
Like a lot of like the famous people that you see on like TikTok and Instagram and Twitter now, a lot of them really got their shine off of Vine.
Yep.
Even the ones that shouldn't have.
Yeah, the ones that shouldn't have. But I mean, for us at our age, we missed that wave because like when Vine was popular, we were still like 14, 15, 16. Like we couldn't really like
Shit,
blow
younger
up
than
like
that,
the
fool.
people who were older. It's like because you think about like the Splacks, Day Storm, King Batch, like all those people.
Hard stop, Lucas.
They
Yeah.
were
Hard Stop Lucas was one of my favorites.
The Caleb Cities.
all
they're
those
alright.
people. They were. I mean, yeah, but they're also like they were 18, 19. Like they were able to really get benefits and like checks off of that. And so like for them, like they really took off. And now they're millions of followers on all sorts of platforms and
Oh,
getting those
word.
brand deals and living in LA and stuff. And it's like wow.
Well, really, it was that great migration of Vine to YouTube. Like that's where you got like your popular YouTubers now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They took that.
Caleb City was crazy.
Caleb City had a Comedy Central special.
Yeah, Caleb City's hilarious. That's a funny guy.
Yeah, the age of social media. What about you two? What's y'all's favorite?
Yeah. I mean, back then, because we've all seen everything. We've seen MySpace. We've seen.
I didn't see MySpace.
You didn't see MySpace at all?
Putting music
I didn't have an
on
account, but like
and
I've seen like clips and like
Music.
snips of it.
Bro, when I was at the age when I was getting social media, I was on Facebook. That was it.
Facebook was a
Facebook was my first one. Like my parents was like, if you want Facebook, you have to add us, purposely so that they can like
They can see what you're doing.
what you're doing. So
Yep.
it was like
Yeah.
Facebook was popping for a while, and then.
Not
So-
everybody's parents owns Facebook.
And now everybody and their mother is on Facebook. Like Facebook is just a family reunion type of thing.
Facebook has like definitely, I think, held up like consistently though. Just as a
Yeah,
side
because
note.
there's still funny videos on Facebook.
Well, yeah, but like also it's like Facebook was kind of like was marketed as like a way to like never lose touch with people, and
Yeah.
like that's honestly like how I see it now. Like Twitter and Instagram have their own thing going about like being funny and like spreading memes and shit, but Facebook is like the meeting space. Like I will not lose track of you. You gonna change your name? I don't know about it.
No, Instagram was pretty much just Twitter with pictures.
Yeah, but Twitter is a monster. Twitter is its own little beast.
I mean, because what it used to be is just-
Lawless.
you only had the ability
Well,
to just
people are
post a
becoming-
picture,
Yeah.
and maybe do a few filters, and then just do like a caption, and that's all you had. And then eventually, like it is, because I mean, with each update, it's now like all of
It
like
started
the
grabbing from
boomerangs and the
different
graphics and like the stories
Came
and
from Snapchat.
Yeah.
all of that.
I didn't think that was gonna work.
like, they're gonna buy it off of somebody else. Cause yeah, like I said, cause Snapchat was popping for a hot minute. Like all of us was popping on Snapchat, and that was like the wave of like our generation that was like, if you want to really know what we're doing in real time right now, go on my Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because that was like the immediate snap of this is where I am right now and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I think the Instagram like story feature that they took from Snapchat aged really well because once we got older and we realized that we are way too lazy and unbothered to be putting so much stuff on different social media platforms, it was like I'm just gonna do everything I do on one. I'm gonna make my stories and my posts on Instagram. Snapchat can get whatever's left.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And then Twitter tried the fleets.
What is that?
It's
Yeah,
Twitter,
so it's pretty
Twitter
much
needs to
stories.
stay at what it is.
But they got rid of them.
Yeah, like because it was
people don't
popping,
go to
like,
Twitter for that.
everybody likes Twitter for like
Twitter.
real time like reactions and tea opinions, like real world
Opinions.
comments.
Twitter is
Twitter
like,
is perfect for
you
that.
have too many woke people on Twitter. Woke people on
Quote,
Twitter. Now it's
unquote.
like you're ruining the fun. Like it's supposed to be like.
Bro, woke
satire,
is
bro.
all
woke
supposed to be
and
just-
cancel culture were born from Twitter. Like you can't convince me otherwise. Like
The people that just go back in their past and try to find shit to discredit them.
Like you're killing my like it's supposed to be satirical. Like shit's supposed to be funny. But you guys were killing it.
They're
Killing the
everywhere.
fun. Killing the
Defend
fucking
it all the
fun.
time.
I remember somebody.
Killing the fun.
I wasn't even on Twitter though. Someone on TikTok tried to cancel Eminem because of some lyrics he did on "Love the Way You Lie," and I thought that shit was funny. I was like, "Bro, you are too young trying to cancel
Said a bunch of
Eminem."
worse stuff. That
No, exactly.
About killing his mom. Bro.
Exactly,
Wait,
bro.
what?
Killing you.
Kim.
Yeah, kill
The
you.
name of his mom. And he made a song called Kim where he was explicitly talking about murdering his mom.
Oh yeah, there's also like the whole song "Kill You," which that was a fun song. I love that song.
Gosh.
Yeah, okay.
It was a shock factor.
Even that, it was like I think if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure like even Rihanna was like, I don't think y'all understand the meaning of what this song was. Why don't you go back and listen to it? Because like it's funny, like these TikTok kids are like stepping up, trying to like look woke, and they just
It's a good effort, but chill
I
out.
don't know shit.
It's a
Now you give it A for effort.
nah. I don't give an A for effort. Fuck you. No.
their heart's in the right place with certain things.
With
Not
certain
all things, but
things.
some things like
Certain
these kids just they look foolish. They
Y'all
look
don't know how
foolish
evil
and they
this
don't
world
know-
really
They just
is,
look all
bro.
over the place.
Y'all haven't seen them.
I'm like I had a like sidebar. I had a funny moment. I was talking to someone. They had just graduated high school and like we were talking. I was telling them like give them some like wisdom and shit, and I made a comment where I was like, I think like when you get a little older, like you'll understand this. And at that moment, I realized like that's the same shit that we always heard growing up. But like when I said it, I didn't mean that in like oh you're too young to understand. I'm just saying like when you get older with more experiences, you'll just see. And they're like, I don't know about that. And I was like,
You will.
I'm like, I just shrugged. I was like, all right, cool.
Everything that somebody's told me, oh, you'll get it. You'll understand it more when you get older. I understand better because I'm older.
Exactly, like that's just time.
Figure out a lot of stuff now, yes, but
Understand that with social media and everything, like our social media like usage and understanding has changed with time. We're a
Bro,
little more careful with our stuff,
we
a little more
hit that sweet
private.
spot with social media where we saw it grow into the globalized entity that it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We were like at the very beginning of the internet. We were still kids, but like my older sisters like that, they're in their like early to mid 30s. They're the ones that was like ruling the MySpace, ruling the AOL Messenger. Like the early like YouTubers like the Shane Dawsons, the Timothy De La Ghettos, like they were that age where they were running it. Our generations were like the first consumers where we were watching them. And now you
Yeah.
got these kids who can't even differentiate the difference between real life and fantasy.
Differentiate the difference. I love it.
different.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, it's very true. I feel like a lot of these kids, they're so. I mean, kids are sponges.
We sound like old heads.
But they, I mean, no, like dead ass, like folks, they can't separate social media from reality.
Yeah.
And that's a problem for a lot of people nowadays, I feel like.
I mean, it's gonna continue to be a problem, especially with like the whole like meta idea, like that whole idea of like everything being an alternative reality world.
Yeah.
It feels very dehumanizing to say like,
Oh.
I'm literally living and breathing and sitting right here.
People
And
just
back
try to
then,
like,
people valued. I do believe that people valued life a lot better beforehand.
all right. Actually, I have a counter to that. I don't think it's so much that people back then valued it. I don't think they really had much of a choice. Cause like, you cannot convince me. I have yet to be convinced that the older generations if they had the same stuff that we did, they would not be consumed by it. You cannot convince
Oh
me
no,
of
I had a
that.
conversation with my parents the same like Tuesday about this, and they were like, "Yeah, you're probably right. We would be on the phone just as much.
Yeah,
They on the
yeah.
phones now, like they're not on social media, like, but they're checking their emails and they're checking funny. My parents are always on their phone,
My mom's
so I
on her
already
phone,
know
too.
if you're in my age, you would be sucked into social media just like.
But
me.
I don't. But I think that there's something about just the ability of like the resources that you had, because like yes, like for us, we have the ability to reach out to anybody in the world that we wanted to, and our parents didn't have that ability. But it's still, I think, because it takes away the idea of like certain things that made life special. Like, because I remember like my parents, they talk to their neighbors. My parents are very close and very with their neighbors. I don't know any of my neighbors. I don't have conversations with my neighbors. Like the whole like next door, like turn, be kind to your neighbor, be kind to your community around you. Because social media, I feel like it gives you an out of. If you don't want to be a part of this, you can go somewhere else.
Well, isn't that also a product of like the times changing?
I mean, yes,
'Cause, like,
it's changing.
Because I've been told multiple times by like my parents and my aunts and my uncles that like things used to be different. Like in certain ways, I've like heard that it was like safer. Like you could like be friendly. You can go across the street to your neighbor. You could like go knock on your neighbor's door and not potentially get shot by some crazy person. You could like walk to school and not worry so much about certain like different groups, different people. Of course,
Right.
I'm not gonna like say every group had the same thing, but like. The fact is now, I would never send my kid to walk home to school.
Exactly.
Like never. Period.
Like, back then, we would
That's
have
character.
we had that ability to be cool with your community. Like, but that's also like the only extent that it had is
Sex
community.
trafficking does not build character.
And so I think that now it's like since we have so much more opportunities to go beyond our community, go beyond to like different parts of the world and be in tune with what other people got going on, we forget that like the people who are right beside us, like I'm just a figure of speech, but there could be a serial killer that's living like around me or above me or right next to me.
There is.
There could.
His name is Johnny, I think. I don't know. No, Jason. Jason is his name. Sorry.
Jason?
Yeah, Jason.
Nah, that was clever.
Yeah, sorry.
You thought I was about
He's a
that
big
also.
hawk. He's big hawk.
I did. I have a slight headache, like right here.
Like,
That's
no,
fine.
it's just like you don't know
Big
because
hockey
like
fan.
no, but
Super
everybody's so
hockey.
desensitized to like the people that are around you. They're so focused on like what's going on. So I think
Loves
that
landscaping.
there just needs to be like a healthy balance of like
Camping,
knowing
fishing.
what's here and knowing what's out there.
I would
Swimming,
say
especially.
with social media or media in general, they're going to you're gonna push certain images and propaganda to push a narrative on certain things, and I think the detriment of what people talk about with the influence of social media is the creation of influencers or getting paid off of social media, because now you're literally paid to create a lifestyle that like regular or 9 to 5 people want, and then you're gonna have these people that go to luxurious places like Dubai. But I've honestly been watching videos of these Instagram models that go to Dubai, and it really you have to ask like who's actually financing this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they're just Instagram models. There's girls that post pictures. Like, are they getting deals from Fashion Nova? Are they getting deals from Pretty Little Things? Like, if they're not, and they just have these pictures, like, what did they actually have to do? Now, if you look up those videos, just look up, like, Dubai, like, influencers, just look that up, and that's a whole nother rabbit hole. I don't want to bring that up because it's kind of dark, but just how the creation of, like, influencers for social media has really created this blurred line between reality and fantasy that these younger generations aren't going to pick up on. They don't think that's real.
I feel bad. I mean, the only
That
thing
hit
that we
me.
can really do in
A little deep.
that case,
Yeah,
dude, is really we have to teach our, teach our future ourselves. Like, hey, this is the difference between social media. This is the difference between social media and real life. You know what I mean? It might take somebody an hour, 30 minutes to make something that looks real on social media, and it's a 30-second video. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta help them differentiate. Oh, what's real and what's fake. It's very
I want to add to that is I think our responsibility is more than just teaching them between real and fake. I think we have to teach them how to appreciate the real. Because I was thinking a lot about that, because it's like, because there is so much access now to a way to escape reality, because as much as reality sucks, like there are times even I want to escape it, but more often than not, because of what I learned in my upbringing, I can appreciate the little things. Like I'm more of an optimist. I'm more look on the bright side kind of dude. So when things get rough, I try to like focus on the things that are great in my life, great around me, then I don't want to escape as much. And I think a lot of kids, they don't have that. They don't have people telling them, they don't have people uplifting them helping them out. Like they just escape. That's like their natural go-to response now.
Just give a kid a phone and just let him play with it.
Exactly. Like kids nowadays, like they're not going outside, and like it's gonna sound like the old head boomer shit, but they don't go outside, they don't play with their friends, they don't play with their neighbors.
They're not touching grass.
They're not touching grass.
Like I promise you, like in the next generation, like the next wave of kids that come into this world, how much would I bet none of them are gonna know how to ride a bike?
Ride a bike? No, ride a hoverboard more likely.
Is hoverboards
No,
gonna
like
be a-
something like that. Like the idea of like whatever that new.
Nobody's gonna ride
No
a bike.
exercise.
Nobody's gonna ride a bike. Nobody's riding a bike or a scooter down to your neighbor's house, and everybody's like meeting up like at the house. Like that was something that we did, and that was just our way of like communicating and being around. It's like you go to that one person's house where like they got the cool parents and the snacks and stuff, and everybody's chilling, hanging out.
Playing Manhunt.
Exactly, playing man,
Bro.
and then when street lights come on, you book it back home.
Book it.
Like, and that type of environment was so memorable, but nobody seems to like really like know to appreciate that now.
Nah, I mean, I have a 13-year-old nephew, and he like plays with his friends outside. So I think,
But like, how long is he gonna be out there for? Because we'd be gone for days.
Well, no.
well, no, it's a different.
I was about to say, whoa, man,
Yeah,
that, the real manhunts when the cops come looking for you.
Or even go to Whitewater. There's a whole bunch of kids playing outside. So I think that's that image, or that, I don't want to say propaganda, but that is that kind of story they want to push, that these kids aren't going outside. Because with social media or media in general, you can get these clips of extreme cases, like have like, oh, there's a rise in obesity because these kids aren't going outside, but you can literally walk outside and then see these kids having fun. Now, is it?
Small sample size.
I would say like nowadays it is more prevalent with like kids not going outside, but it's not to the extent that it's like a plague. You know what I'm saying? Like people act like kids are never going outside and always on their phone. They may be outside on their phone, but there are kids going outside. So I don't want to come out and say like there's a detriment on certain things. There's things that we have to fix, but as far as like the example of kids going outside, us sound like old heads, that is happening. It's just more shown on social media or on Facebook of kids just on their phone all the time. So it's up to us to discern, just like how we said for the kids, it's up to us to discern what's real and what's fake too. Not just with kids wanting to be like this influencer, for us seeing the clip and go, man, look at these kids at it again.
Mm-hmm. You know, social media is like, you can kind of pick and choose what you see. So there's a lot of,
Yes.
what is it? Searching.
It's like TV.
It's
different
a bias.
channels.
It's a bias.
But,
It's
that is now a future teaching that we now have to come up with a way to now teach our kids, because our parents didn't teach us the
Social
rights or
media.
wrongs of like social media, because they still
They didn't have it.
themselves. They didn't have
know.
that. They were
They don't
we
know
had
what
to
social-
figure it out.
Well,
yeah.
they don't know
So now it's like,
Right.
all right, so this is social media, and now whatever age we teach them to have stuff, we're gonna show them, hey, this is what this is. This is TikTok, social media, Bumble. Actually, no, don't be on Bumble.
That's your shit.
Facebook.
That's the dating apps.
Dating
No.
apps.
These are what these platforms provide. These are the nice things to look at. These are the not so nice things to look at. Whatever you feel about certain things, hey, you filter them out and cater them to what you enjoy seeing, and also make sure when how to get rid of like spam emails and spam messages, or like those fake sugar daddy messages and none of that craziness. No, you got to know what to do with that. Because now kids are gonna be able to absorb so much that unfortunately they might get sucked into the wrong thing. So that's why we have to really like.
They haven't done.
I think
really
it's
give them a crash course on this.
I think it's more than just teaching them about like the rights and wrongs of social media, because you're right. My parents, for example, they still don't. My mom has Facebook, but that's about it. My dad doesn't use social media. My mom doesn't use anything else. Like they are very much, but that's not because they're old and don't understand it. Like they didn't teach me the rights and wrongs of social media. They taught me the rights and wrong of like living my own life. Like they taught me a lot about the value of privacy, and that is, I take that into how I use my social media. I don't post my location. I don't like document every single thing, every single place I'm going for the whole world to see. Like I pick and choose. Like most of my feed is when I'm with my homies. when I'm doing something fun, like little like not landmark benchmarks in my life. Like
Put the
little
memories in there.
exactly
Yeah.
checkpoints in my campaign. That's it.
Even then, I'll even post things from like weeks before, like it'll be like weeks after, and then I post it with the location, even though I'm not there. You know what I'm saying?
So people don't pop up on it.
Never let them know your next move.
Like never let her know my next move, right? Like that's the type of things.
Keep them one step
I'll have
behind.
pictures. I'll have pictures, and I'll have them in my gallery, and I'll literally just post it, and then post the location of where I was at that time.
See, everybody else is
2
like
weeks later.
everybody else is trying to stay two steps ahead. Max just makes them two steps behind. He's making them do the legwork. I love that.
What's interesting about that too is we understand that mindset. It's just, you know, we are doing our own thing, having our privacy, and then we'll go out and have some fun.
Are we woke?
But then you'll have other
God,
people.
no.
Are we
that are-
awake?
You'll have other people that's so enthralled in social media that they think when Max posts all this stuff that he's popping, he got it going on. He's going to Miami, he's going over here, like he has stuff going on. So the fact that we've gotten to, I actually kind of want to go into how, especially specifically Instagram, but social media in general, but specifically Instagram, how posting on there is
Makes
almost
you-
like an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like it's not you, it's a persona that people want other people to perceive them as.
Ooh. I got like to add one thing on that is the first thing that popped in my mind was how it seems like for what it used to be, for what it is now, it seems like there's like this unwritten, unspoken game on who can make the most clever captions.
Yeah.
Like there's an entire like that is an entire part of the aesthetic of like making the perfect caption, something that's like it captures the moment, captures the vibe, captures the comedy of it.
Captions help. I feel like captions though, they help get you likes. People
Yeah.
like
The captions,
Like-
it's like a boring caption definitely will like turn off like
Like it used to be having breakfast, and now it's like, damn, I don't want to be up for this shit or something like that. Like
or like
gotta be
or like this omelet fire like or like something that like shows that you're enjoying the moment and something that it captures like just the experience of where you are at that particular
yeah,
moment.
people are no longer
Like-
like when they're making a caption, they're no longer thinking about what they like. They're thinking about what other people are gonna like.
No, because like
What are people gonna enjoy when I say
Because
this?
literally there was when was this? This was when I had made a trip to California to see Erin, and then at some point in time she took a picture of me at the beach, and it was like it was a really dope picture, and she was like, we have to have like a perfect caption for this, and we were just sitting there. And it literally took me an hour. I was like, I don't know what caption to put for this. And then I couldn't put like a sun emoji or a beach emoji or me at the beach or something. Like you had to come up with something that just says
Shit,
like.
why not?
I mean, yeah, but I think to your point, it's like.
Bro, I would have said
the game
my
of
shorts are bunched up.
captions, but it makes sense because it's just like this.
Sunny side up.
This has to be. See, like, but it has to be something clever, like that. You can't just say me at the beach. Like that's such a dad post.
I mean,
like,
Yeah.
All right.
So was that the picture from the season 1 intro?
yes.
That one, yeah, you had like okay, that's
Check it.
different. You got it. You gotta have like a caption for that. That was a really cool
Fire
picture.
caption or like just something that's like dope, and it can't just be anything like too simple. And so like something like that. So I guess you're right. So when people are just saying like it's more than just a picture, the caption, the hashtag, view a hashtag. But the thing is, hashtag I feel like are dying now. Like hashtags used to be such a thing.
Hashtags is only just to get like the
Right.
promotion.
Hashtag no, because it'll be like hashtag blessed, hashtag.
Oh, yeah, no,
like,
that-
hashtag
that shit
LOL,
over.
hashtag
That culture's dead
Now
because
people
guys.
do
hashtag out here
explore.
living.
Like, now you'd be like explore because you wanted to be
Explore
on
page.
the explore page.
Right.
Or it's like if you're like if we're like quoting like a song lyric or something, like you'll like
Right.
hashtag
It's
there.
like tagging without tagging, so that you can be a part of like the trend of like whatever's happening.
I'll tell you something about captions. You guys want to see some captions, like examples of captions? Look at my profile because I feel like the last few pictures, like
Y'all
Follow
follow
Max
Max
on
on Instagram, man.
the last
just
few
just
pictures,
leave him alone though.
The last few
please.
pictures are like the simplest captions that you would ever think of, but they're definitely me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I remember like I was on a cruise a few weeks ago, and I was with some people, and they're looking at my profile. And they're like, oh, "Look at you! You're like some sort of fucking model or some shit." I'm like, "No, like it's just the type of pictures that I take now. Like this, I don't know what it is. I've always wanted to take pictures, and I like taking pictures, but it's like the type of aesthetic that I give. It kind of does show my personality. You know what I'm saying? but then the captions kind of help with that.
Exactly.
Because I know I posted one picture and the caption was literally him. Period. That's it.
You mean like the
Like
red
like
dude?
bitch, I'm him. Like
But at that point, for your personality, it works because I can never I don't have that personality to be like him. Like I'm that guy. Like I'm not that person.
I'm
If you
fucking
work,
him.
because God forbid you have like a lame one, and then it won't work.
That's facts.
Like, cause I have a series on my Instagram, like a photo dump series I call Lost Footage. So whenever
Yeah,
I
that's
find
hard.
pictures, I'm just kind of like, all right, this is cool, and then I'll add a meme at the end and just be like, Lost Footage. I'm at Lost Footage Part 4 right
And people do
I've done that
dumps,
shit
and
too.
people are doing dumps now.
no, I did the dump. I did the dump, and I literally did the you're throwing trash away emoji. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And now we got story trends too. That's like a whole thing too. Love that.
That is true.
Like saving the highlights of the story, or
No, it's like where it's like post like your furry best friend or some shit. Now people like just like
Oh, yeah.
now there's like a whole like collection of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like no other trend examples. It's not just that. It's like one the last one I saw was like 7 billion people in the world, but post your favorite one. And it's like a picture of you and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your significant other,
Spouse, yeah.
your spouse. Yeah. So it's like that kind of stuff. So now it's like there's like a collection floating around of people tapping in and like adding their experiences. So I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I imagine there's like millions of photos and millions of collections,
a bunch of them.
which is very interesting. I think.
Yeah.
What if they're gonna make like a big ass like photo album that covers the world?
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Just
I
like-
feel like essentially that's what it is. Like I feel like essentially they're gonna be like, okay, so this is what this what is it called tag is,
Yeah.
and you can literally like kind of scroll around the world and see what people's different images are, like trying to bring us together in the metaverse kind of type of thing. Because same shit.
But
Different day.
also, I mean, I think especially with Instagram, with the explore page itself, if you think about like it really is an algorithm of like all the stuff that interests you. Because literally, if we all pull our Instagrams out and we go on our explore page, it all looks completely different.
yeah,
And so like, cause like for me, cause I don't know if yours is off the top of my head. My mind is more like going to consist of sports, food,
booty.
traveling. Sports, food,
Go on.
travel. Maybe one or two butts.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
But sometimes you can click on one post of something and
Right.
it'll pop up and it's
And
like,
it'll pop up, and then the algorithm say, "Oh, you like this? Well, here's a lot of them now."
Yeah.
You know what?
Wait
Everybody,
a minute.
everybody pull your phones.
No,
Pull up your explore
doing it now?
page. Pull up your explore
I can
page.
tell you literally what my explore page is gonna be:
pull it out.
baseball,
Whip it out.
One
Pull it out.
Piece,
Whip it out.
beautiful black women,
Whip it out.
Pull out.
and travel.
Whip it out.
Maybe some cute animals.
I love kids.
So my explore page right now. Yep, some animals. HBCU like black stuff, like a lot of black stuff, because black is beautiful and I love
You
black.
goddamn right.
A few artists, a few foods. I love the ocean, so like there's like a lot of like ocean pictures and like marine creatures like sharks and stuff. What's yours?
Mine is Spider-Man working out.
Yeah, I do have a lot of
Martial
fitness
arts.
ones. I do have a lot of fitness ones.
Yeah, it's fitness, Spider-Man.
I have a lot of
And
dog
martial
ones
arts.
recently. I've been really like on this rave of like looking at like cute dogs. Like Dobermans are so precious. I love looking at Dobermans.
They're such
cute.
weenies. They're such weenies. Like they're just like they're like put on movies and stuff for like being like these like scary dogs, but Dobermans are like
Yeah,
the
like
softest
Dobermans
little
and like
dogs.
bull mastiffs and stuff. Like they're just meant to just be like this, just giant. Just I kill you, I big dog, I scare you. But in
But-
reality, they're like the sweetest dogs ever.
All right, my explore page, to no one's surprise, has a variety of like comic book stuff, like not just Spider-Man, like all kinds of comic book, like right.
Kickboxing.
Yeah, actually, more is like it's a lot of martial arts stuff, but it's if I look at it, I think it's like a slight majority of boxing right now because I've been looking at a lot of like just boxing, like shadow boxing and like training videos have been popping up a lot recently.
Yeah. Match sisters.
And a lot of anime, especially One Piece.
One Piece. Literally, I'm looking at One Piece memes and shit. And I have Naruto. I have baseball,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
football, working out,
Yep.
food. Haven't really seen not many people, but mostly just anime, baseball.
Yeah.
That's what it
Like,
is.
you
That's what
see,
it
the
is.
algorithm like literally caters to just what our interests are, interests and stuff that we look at.
Yeah.
And so like that part is already scary. But like what's even like whatever even freaks me out more is the algorithm of like advertising like items. Like you know how like
They listen to
you'll
you.
buy
They
like,
listen to
like
you.
you buy a phone case on Amazon, and then when you go on Instagram or Facebook or something, it'll be like new phone cases
Bro.
that just came out, and I'm like, I just bought one. I don't need one.
No.
Why are you looking?
Fuck that, bro. You talk about buying a phone case. That
Right.
shit pops up on
They're
your
listening
algorithm.
to you, buddy.
It is
I
terrifying.
need to
Say it right
get
now.
some Q-tips. Let's see what happens.
Give it like 5 minutes. No, actually, the scariest.
Just scrolling through, like you're scrolling through your stories, like you're just skipping through stories, and every time you have like an ad that's for a specific product that you're like, maybe this is something I might. Yeah, maybe I want this.
The
Like,
scariest thing that happened though was like with the algorithm. This is like only time it's ever happened. Usually, like I'll get ads. I'm used to getting ads after I talk about something extensively. Fine, but there was one time I hadn't said a word about it all day. I was thinking about it in my head of heads. I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what was I thinking about? I was thinking about like it was fuck. It'll come back to me. I was thinking about like a product, and I was like, this would be really cool to have. I never said anything. I never talked to anybody. Never said it out loud. And I'm scrolling on Instagram like 10 minutes later, and I see an ad for it. One ad, and I put my phone down for the rest of the day. I was terrified.
like,
This is
We're sending
dangerous.
waves to your head.
I was like, dog, my thoughts are my thoughts. Stay the fuck out of my head.
At some point, it's gonna be like in the Transformers movie when all of the Decepticons just turn into machines, and it just wakes up like, I know what you want.
Not the
I know what
Decepticons.
you have. I'll expose you right now. Like,
Not the Decepticons, please.
Okay.
Megatron, don't put my search history out there.
I
Please.
promise you. Like, and everybody, for whatever reason, everybody's very sensitive about like their search history, about what they like to look at, because it might be viewed as like embarrassing or something. But some people, I'm like,
come look at mine, bro.
you're not afraid to show your search history?
No.
You should be.
Oh.
You're a weirdo.
But so, what's your search history going to consist of?
Baseball tickets. Science.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Nah, man. History. Black history.
Where is One Piece?
Where is the One Piece? One Piece spoilers.
Mine just came out like the next Hunter x Hunter preview.
Fact is coming back.
Because that's coming out.
Berserk and Hunter x Hunter are coming back. I'm so happy.
Because since it's now on HBO Max, like I was like, well, I guess I'll start watching.
Don't watch
it.
it on HBO.
Come check my shit, bitch.
Watch it on Crunchyroll. Watch it
Um,
on Sub. We talked about this.
I want to
Be
like
basic.
talk about how we, the more mainstream social media apps that we've seen, we grew up with when we were like in high school. It wasn't as commercialized, like especially Instagram. It was really just about posting highlights of what's going on.
Yep.
Like that kind of was a real time thing at first before they started adding all the filters and stuff like that.
It was like an extension of Facebook.
Yeah, Snapchat was like, hey, I'm going
Kids,
to
it
class.
was a
or
lot faster.
I'm going to this, and then Vine was just that source of entertainment.
Oh yeah, Vine was so.
It
That
was
Vine
very-
era was amazing.
It was
Vine
spread out
was
and
so-
used for different things.
Because it's like we were starting to be weaned off of iFunny. We're starting to get on to like Vine and Instagram, Snapchat.
It was so perfect. You had to
You got
be
Reddit.
a clever, creative
Right, yeah,
person
I mean,
to make
that's
something
iFunny essentially.
that only lasts 7 seconds. But then also like it was scary because you don't realize how fast a conversation can go in 7 seconds. Like you can get an entire thing done in 7 seconds. It's just like wow. So like people who were able to do that in that amount of time, I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is great.
Some people need to like work on what they be doing in 7 seconds.
I mean, there was some trends that got very repetitive.
I don't know.
King Batch.
Maybe my mind was in the gutter, but
My mind was also in the gutter. It's okay.
wow.
Okay.
I live in
I
the
wasn't
gutter.
even. I wasn't even there.
That's all I was saying. Like,
The gutter is a water slide for me at this point.
so you just want, it's just like a slip and slide. Go ahead and slip it in.
Oh God.
This
Did
is
it-
this is the podcast, bro. Let's say after.
This is tame, bro. It's
Family
okay.
friendly portion.
Builds character for the families. Fine.
Get the people going.
Look, these kids are already hearing about it. All right, at least let them hear it from a responsible group of Mature-ish adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That needs to be the next show. I'm sick of all these like brownish, blackish, brownish, mixed-ish, this-ish, you-ish.
Fuck all them damn shows.
Nah,
Ish.
Mature-ish needs to be the next one. Because
Mature-ish.
a lot of y'all really be
It's
thinking
already,
that y'all mature when y'all not.
That's already grownish.
Yeah, I mean, Black Sis was like
That's true, yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good,
grown-ish.
but the other spinoffs was like
Fuck 'em.
That's the problem with spinoffs, though. Like, we're diverging, but like the problem with spinoffs is like it's never gonna be, it's rarely ever gonna be as good as the original, and like all you're really doing is just trying to copy that hype.
And he digresses.
Okay, so but spinning back into the social media ideas, I will pose this question. So Aaron will often take a break from social media
Yeah.
because like she'll often tell me that like, especially when like major events like the one from yesterday happened, like, and it'll just be so much that it's like really like it really becomes emotionally draining. Where it's like, okay, I need to like just cleanse myself off of this.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever feel like that sometimes on social media where it can really just be too much where you just gotta just put it away, like delete your account for a while? Do you guys ever feel like you have to do that?
no.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
No.
It's overwhelming. But I'm not deleting my account. It's just the fact that I'm just deleting the app off my phone so I don't have to see the shit.
I mean, I can see how it can be if you're on your phone, but at the same time, at least what I do is I make sure whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I filter out the things I want to consume because it's to that point now where it's social media is commercialized. You know, you have your influencers that spit out all this content, and different influencers kind of spitting out the same type. That we're getting flooded with so much content and information that's why our attention spans, in my opinion, are so messed up because we're getting flooded with all this external stimuli, and it's just kind of like you get an overload. So when you do sit down and put your phone down, you're bored because you're so used to getting flooded.
Yeah, to the point where like a lot of people can't even watch like an episode of their show without like checking their phone.
Or they watch it and they end up binge watching it because they can't like take a break from it.
It's
and just
part
watch
of
one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, binging's not that bad though. Like, there's plenty of shows that you would love. Like, you can go on Crunchyroll and like go on like a different like.
I feel like
anime.
I feel
you
like
can binge for a hot minute, especially like the short ones.
I mean, if you have time to.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like binging and like the whole checking your phone are like two very different like stimulus things. Because like the checking your phone thing, I feel like at that point it's like it's so naturally ingrained to a lot of people where it's like they start to get like fidgety if they don't check their phone,
But it's also,
or like
I
they
think-
scroll because like they feel like they have to like if they put too much focus on something, it's like they need something else to kind of like anchor themselves almost. It's weird. But like the binge watching thing, like I like to binge watch shit. Like there's a lot of anime that I don't like to watch an episode at a time, and I'm like I'm gonna wait for this to finish and then I'm gonna go watch it.
But
Like,
I think
that's-
it's the idea of like not being able to like I don't want to miss a single thing that happens in this world. And I think that like since we have literally the access to say I want to know everything in this point in time, because I think that's something that like we do appreciate is that we're getting everything in real time. A lot of most things are happening in real time. And so if you're binging for a while, like if you're binging like hour-long shows and you're like 3 episodes in and it's like damn, like 3 episodes have gone by, like make sure like I didn't miss any major events that could, because events could happen at any point in time, whether it be like a celebrity dying or or like a political event or a social event or somebody gets engaged or somebody like you lose something, like anything could happen. And so like I feel like a lot of people it's just like I don't want to miss a second of
You're too busy.
the real world while I'm binging.
You're too
So
busy.
I think that's why you see people always like checking their phone just in case, because you never know.
And fuck that.
I think it's also just like I think it's also just mindlessly doom scrolling through like memes and stuff.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
If you're just
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
stuff.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. They have notifications for big events like that. So as soon as you get a notification, oh, that's a big event. All right, that's something that I'm gonna actually go look at and read.
So
I'm not gonna be looking at that shit. I don't got time for that.
allow me to
Oh, yeah,
answer.
like if I binge or if we're gaming, like if I'm on the game, I'm gonna be on the game for hours. I don't care what happens in the world. Like I will be here. Let me know when like somebody will tell me or call me
Yeah.
if something really
course.
big does happen. Like outside of that, it's like okay, whatever.
So I'm gonna answer your question about like, do I feel like I need to take a break? And then my answer is no. But I do sympathize a lot with people that need to take like a mental health break from like the news or social media and stuff, because like it can be draining. But that's just not like how I am. Like I don't know. Me personally, I feel like if I hide from stuff that stresses me out, then I'm just this is me personally. This is not it's not at all a dig on people how they do things. But if I hide from the bad shit, then I feel like I'm closing myself off from reality. And we just talked about how we shouldn't be doing that. Like, I gotta accept the fact that there is good out there and there is bad out there, and I cannot learn how to address the things that stress me out or piss me off if I close myself off from it. I don't take breaks from social media. As horrible as like the kind of stuff that I learn about what's going around, like watching the news and stuff, I'd much rather know about it than just because there are a lot of people that don't watch the news and they don't pay attention to social media because it's like, oh, it's for the sake of my mental health, and I'm like, yeah, but like, you're living under a rock. You're not paying attention to anything. Like, how are you supposed to like deal with it?
I mean, if it's that important, it'll pop up on the news. With social media, it's more people's opinions.
No, I'm more so talking about like I get like news notifications on social media. Like, there are certain things that I won't get on the news that I will get on Instagram.
Here's
like,
the thing about that though. I understand where you're coming from, but like from my viewpoint of it, I am very aware about what goes on in the world. So I know like shit like. Sex trafficking has been happening for years. It's probably one of the highest profiting things that occurred in the United States and all over the world. All these
highest crime things.
outside
of drugs.
All these 1%ers are part of that shit. You just realize that shit, bro. And the fact that I know that, it kind of like irks the fuck out of me because I know nothing's gonna be done about it properly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of like, all right, I'm one person. Yeah, I can make an impact. It kill me, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know nobody else is really gonna be in that shit for real. No. So nobody's really gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go up against a power that's way bigger than me. That usually gets you nowhere.
The bystander effect. Everybody.
So it's like literally like you're like literally like, okay, I'm here waiting, and I'm just like, I know a lot of the bad shit that's going on in the world right now. It's like I don't know. I really don't have the power to do it.
Or even with social media like YouTube, there's like people doing deep exposés on like Dan Schneider, since we're on that topic of what goes on in Hollywood and
fucking foot fetishes,
producers kids. Like with kids and stuff like that. So that's something that social media does a good job of bringing awareness in that. And it's not so much like, because people need to take a break because they're like constantly on it for like a long time. But there's nothing wrong with periodically throughout the day, all right, let me check in, let me plug in and see what's going on. You don't gotta stay in the phone like that. That's where these algorithms come in that like really pull you in because it's stuff that you like, and then that's how time goes by. Because once they figure out what you like, they can figure out what they can market towards you.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about with the commercialization of social media, that they just plug all this content at you to keep you reeled in.
I'm gonna say, I just want to say this to clarify. I'm not saying I'm running. I'm not running from like all the bad things that happen.
Yeah.
I'm more so tired of how everybody posts this aesthetic, like, oh, I have money, I'm doing all this shit, but you over here. No, not hating on it. You don't got a job. You still kind of, bullshitting around, pussyfooting around, not doing shit for real. But
like the
going on these trips.
Types.
Yeah, like that. I don't like that shit.
The fake influencers mostly.
I hate seeing that shit because I know you're not really doing shit. Especially people that like I know, and I'm like, bro, I know that you're not doing shit. So you're doing this to try to build this persona that, oh, I'm out here doing this shit for real.
Here's a
I know you're not really doing.
Here's an interesting.
Let me just play devil's advocate for 2 seconds about it though, because those same people still have the high chance of getting attention. Like the people who get the following and the followers, the people who whatever people are following, the brand companies and the people who are marketing this, they don't care if it's real or it's fake. And so those people will continue to get fed into this. And so like those people that you said that irritate you, those people still might have a high chance of getting like a brand deal and continue to feed into, oh, I'm getting now money off of this, I'm gonna continue to like double down in my shit. Even though it's like really, it's like, yeah, you've been sitting here smiling on your circle mirror camera doing the same stupid shit that you've been doing for the past 4 years. Like those people are still getting attention. So why do people still give them attention then?
Okay, I got like.
You're a fucking idiot.
I got 3 or 4. Hilariously enough, I got 3 or 4 like questions / points to like address both of what y'all said. My first question, I want to ask y'all because I'm curious. Who do you like the people that do all this? Who do you think they're like trying to like hide shit from? Do you think they're trying to convince the world of their lifestyle, or do you think they're trying to convince themselves?
Oh,
Both.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought y'all were gonna say.
It's the I want people
Because-
to love me for this persona, and
I desperately want to be in this
and I want
persona.
myself to be in this persona. So I'm gonna create this narrative
There's a lot
that
of people.
works well enough to say that like this is what I'm doing, because we could just say, hey, we all love food. We talk about food a lot of times.
Fucking love
We're not food bloggers.
We're not foodies.
We're not foodies. We're not restaurant critics. But like, could we go and make a persona and really like live that life? We could try.
But really, we just like food and
Right.
like to review it.
Yeah. So, but that's just the simplicity of what we're doing. But people like you said could really create this false narrative like this is like my job, but which could bring in benefits if there's a brand deal saying, hey, we're gonna pay you to review this and like really like fall into that trap. But like in the reality, it's like if we get like if anybody wants to like sponsor us on a brand deal of like whatever like reviewing food, we're gonna do the same thing that we've been doing, and it's gonna be genuine.
We're not gonna switch up.
And we're not gonna switch up because people want to give us money or give us free food, which I like free food. Yes, please give me free food. Please give me free food.
Crunchyroll.
Please contact us.
Crunchyroll, please sponsor us. I'll watch all your stuff.
Like don't get us on. Like we'll take what makes sense for us, but at the end of the day, we're not gonna just switch up just because somebody wants to give us some attention. So like,
Yeah, I think I wonder how many of these people that post stuff. Like, I wonder how many times it's like there's like a cry for help inside of that. Because I'm not saying every single influencer is like crying on the inside, but like there's a lot of pressures coming with that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of financial benefits potentially, but like there's also like you're satisfying a need for attention, and like you're also like people switch up fast. Like the masses on social media, like you read the comments and shit, like these people are horrible. Like
very fast.
So what's everyone's like type of influencer that really kind of like grinds your gears? Like you don't like that type of content that the influencers are putting out.
I want to think about. I actually want to think about that.
because it's weird because like we're about to just like name drop. Well, fuck, I'm a name drop.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to name drop. Maybe just say the. I mean, you can if you want, but the content.
Well, the content that disturbs me is the content of podcasts and shows where people are targeting a specific sex. Like when people are targeting like women or men or any type of demographic that they choose, and they just just call out all of their flaws. Mm-hmm. Like there's certain people who have like those certain shows where they're just they're just chastising and shitting on women, saying like women don't do this, women don't do that, and they'll be like, well, men can't do this, men can't do that, and it's like, well, you men or you women need to like submit to us, obey to us, and men are the supreme. Like you've seen those type of like shows where it's just men just dogging out women.
Yeah, it's such a hot topic right now. I mean, that's probably why our relationship episode blew up so much, is because that's such a hot commodity to talk about.
But if you think about like the way that we had that conversation, it was genuine, it was real, but it was conscious of like
of our position,
things out of respect and out of concern of just stuff that we've seen.
We're definitely very like more often than not, we're definitely very conscious about our position, like what we are.
Right.
Like we're talking about like a lot of different subjects, and we are in fact for straight males. Like there's a lot of things.
Not many people will be turned off by that.
Exactly.
Like if they just see straight men just talking about women in a relationship, they might be automatically saying, well, like, they might write us off.
Yeah, they're gonna flinch a little bit. They're gonna be like, oh my god, here they go again, the hyper heterosexual males. But then if they listen to it, it's like we're trying. Actually, like that's the thing. We're not perfect. We're always trying to be inclusive and like cover all the bases and like
making the effort to like figure out what the issue is and fight and figure out the common ground.
And if we don't have a knowledge on the subject, then we either don't talk about, we don't like bring it up, or we get people that we can like get information,
get resources. So, like,
shit, bro.
And that's the issue, is that I feel like a lot of those shows, they don't. Like they're coming from such a false or dry or non-existing basis, and like they'll
just their personal experience.
They'll just come from their personal experience, and they'll make just such like hellacious statements, and I'm like, do you not understand?
Words.
What you're saying? Do you not realize that the words that you're using is so problematic and they don't care. And the issue is that people will have a following of it, and they'll get so many followers to subscribe and brand deals, and they'll enable them to double down on their BS. And I'm like, bro, like you're standing big and tall on a mountain of mess.
It's information bias.
Yeah.
And it's not like, and it's not admirable,
Bias.
and it's not respectable, and it's just gross. And like, so yeah, that's my long-winded answer of like the content that I just burn to the ground.
I mean, besides what Alex just said, because I agree wholeheartedly, I don't think I have like a specific kind of influencer that I just do not like. But
That type of content.
like that type of content, yeah. Like, but I will say that probably like the one that I think of that I just do not like is Jake Paul.
Okay.
I've like Logan Paul used to be funny when he was like starting out on Vine. Like I used to like his shit, and then he fell off real bad with that shit. Like, you know,
Paul rode coattails.
Exactly. But Jake Paul, he's the kind of personality that I just don't like. Mm-hmm. Like I know in the fight,
quintessential influencer.
Yeah, I know in the fight game that it's like there's like a whole thing where, you know, you have to like sometimes put on a character to draw up hype. But like he tries to draw himself up hype, and then he goes the bitch route with the way he does things, and like he talks big game and everything. I'm just like, dog, you're using your platform, but not for you have all these people who will listen to you, like the word of God, but you don't use your platform for anything helpful.
Yeah.
And I just do not like that. If you're gonna be popular, if you're gonna be famous, then why don't you get people to listen to you? The only thing he has said that's like actually positive is calling out Dana White for like underpaying fighters and not giving them healthcare. Mm-hmm. Like that's the only thing, and I hate it. The fact that someone like him has to call that out
because it gives him a good point.
Yeah.
But
everything else he plays the heel, like in pro wrestling.
I was literally about to say like, but isn't that the point of the heel? Despite him annoying you, and like, cause like even like actual fighters like Floyd Mayweather is a heel for a lot of people. But the reason why he has built up his legacy to where he is now is just cause he talks his shit, but he does it so well, and he gets under people's skin so well, and it's like, yeah, I'm better than you, I'm gonna embarrass you, and I'll outbox you, and I will make billions of dollars off of you.
Yeah, but Mayweather's not really.
And still laugh at your face at the end of the day.
Mayweather's like,
you gotta also understand: is that the persona they're trying to give off to create hype, or is that actually who they are?
Because Muhammad Ali was the same way. He was the biggest shit talker.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. Ali,
to get the following in.
As much as I hate Mayweather as a boxer, Mayweather and Ali were not heels though. They did not like the heel is someone who plays the villain, plays the bad guy, draws up the hype. Like because in any good story, there's the protagonist and the antagonist. There got to be. McGregor is an example of a heel. Like they embrace that persona of being the bad guy and they roll with it.
Apologize to absolutely fucking
no one. Now, but see, that was well placed. But like no, like Mayweather, he just talks shit. But I don't think he was ever like he was hated on, but he was never like the bad guy. He never like beat the heroes type thing. He was just doing his own thing. And Ali, he was the greatest of the greatest. He talked shit because he was so fucking great at everything he did. And people like looked down on him. He was like, no, like I'm tired of being humble. I'm the fucking best. Try me.
Right.
And I will stomp your ass. Like that was his whole thing.
Yeah.
But no, Jake, like my thing is with Jake Paul is, before we get way off the subject on martial arts, because y'all know how we talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, is I just like the kind of content he puts out, the way he puts his personality out. Like I don't like that, and I've seen more often than not enough evidence to think that is his personality.
Okay.
I haven't seen any evidence to like say he is not like that.
Well, I think one area of content that I don't like, because I think it started out in a good way, but now it's just to the point where it's just like saturated with just like money hungry people, is the men's improvement space, or what people will call like the red pill. Not the super far like fresh and fit, but the people that are focused on like, hey bro, here's these list of gyms that you can go to, here's these list of workouts you can go to, here's these good stores you can get essentials like button down shirts or like nice shoes. Here's certain grocery stores with like fresh food, stuff like that. But then it just turns into like, oh, look at this like girl doing double standards, or like she's over here saying men ain't shit, and it's just like, bro. And then they pull that oh, buy my course. It's like, nah, bro, I'm just here to listen to you talk about what stores I could be going to, or like good exercises that can pump my chest up and get my back muscles. Like, why we gotta go to this point? You know what I'm saying? Because there was one dude, I would say him, is MTR. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but at first he used to do tutorials on how to do like computer applications.
Okay.
And then he used to bring women on and kind of get their perspective on stuff. I liked that because he actually had women explain why they would think about certain things, or kind of go like, that could be a double standard, but this. So kind of just show like how they can be like, you know, double talking, a little hypocritical, but also with dudes too. But then he started getting to a certain point where it was like, only that wouldn't bring women on anymore, and it's like, you're not being fair now. And then you would have like, oh, here's these certain stocks that I'm in, or like ETF funds, and it's like, see, like, do more of that. But obviously his follower base is more focused on bashing women. It's just like, come on, bro.
And I
Can't stand that.
Those like, and I think it goes back to the concept that I just don't like. I think it's just the idea of, I hate that you have such the gall to call them out and not call yourself out too, or at least say, well, like, don't get me wrong, like, we're not perfect too, but y'all, like, and it seems like a lot of them, they'll just bank on the persona that they're perfect, or that like they have like the perfect image, like the one like influencer we know that passed away recently. You know how his persona was, you know how he came out, you know, dressed up, decked out, and that was just his layout. But for him, like,
Who are we talking about?
so yeah, so like people like him, like he'll have this persona, he'll carry himself. I mean, he's consistent with it, like with the suits and like, you know, being professional, and like he'll have like a conversation with one or a few women, and then start calling them out and stuff. And it's like certain stuff like that. It's like, I get it, but like your delivery it just bothers me, and it just doesn't sit well with me. Because it's like, I've always been taught like yeah, you gotta be stern and talk to people directly, but like as a man speaking to women, there's certain ways that you just like, I can't allow myself to speak to women a certain way. Like, even if I'm pissed, like, I still gotta hold myself up to a certain standard.
Okay.
You know what they say,
Cussing
catching
anybody out.
people with catching flies with honey or vinegar, you know?
He wasn't cussing anybody out for real. I mean, he was just telling them what's the truth behind things. Like, be realistic.
But it's still about the delivery. Like, you can still do that and do it in a way where it's like you're being stern, but you're not being over the top.
Sometimes
And so,
that sweet shit doesn't get through to
Yeah.
people all the time.
I don't know about his delivery or anything personally. Like, I haven't like heard about this guy, but I will say that a lot of people are afraid to kind of like get checked or put people in check, because like that spirals a whole conversation, a whole argument.
That
It's
sweet
just-
shit don't get through to people.
Yeah, like because like there are a lot of people that live like, this is the looping right back to the conversation about people living outside of reality. A lot of people, they live in their own world, and they don't really like see themselves. They don't see what they're doing, and you put them in check, and it's like a reality. It's like hitting with a reality train. It's like, whoa, like, come on, man, that's too much. It's like, no, like this
Yeah.
is
and it
what you get
also
hit
depends
with.
on like what you allow for it to happen. Because like for us, like y'all have been like my best friends since high school. Like, yes, I will let any one of y'all. Yes, y'all know me. Y'all see where I've been. Y'all see where I was at then. Y'all see where I am now. Like, y'all know my personality. So of course, I'll let any of y'all check me, and I know that it's gonna come from a place of love and concern, and just y'all want the best for me.
Yeah.
And it'll be vice versa for any one of us. So like, yeah, we could call each other out on our shit at any point in time, but it's like, I'm not gonna just let like some random Joe like
Yeah.
try to put me in my place. Like, hey, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, but even on that note, like, for anybody getting weird ideas out there, despite the fact that we know each other, it like you said, it is also still about delivery. Like, I respect y'all. I have another friend group that I respect. They put me in check a few times, and like, I respect them for it. But like, y'all remember, there is a way to do it.
Right.
Like, don't just put people in check disrespectfully because you're gonna get your ass beat.
Right.
You will.
Fucking
bitch. Yeah. And
You
honestly,
have what once.
I think
Put it in
Hands
his
off me,
face.
bitch.
I think also, jeez, that
Sorry, it's a
why
reaction.
we even think like this is because, you know, we've been doing this podcast now for almost a year. You know, well, we haven't been doing it a year, but as far as posting stuff, almost a year. It's like we are content creators now, so we kind of do have to watch how we come off on certain things as well.
Got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But still be authentic in our point, because like I said, like we're not. It's like, watch what you say, but still be you.
And because not everybody's going to agree with us. Not everybody's going to like the stuff that we say. Some people might think that we're boring, that we're dweebs, which is fuck you, by the way, if you think that. And so,
We are geeks though.
Like-
It's facts.
Squares.
but we're going to be us. Like, yeah, like we're squares. And so, like, that's just our point of view. So if you vibe with us, then continue to vibe with us because we be just doing some fun shit. And so, but I think I do want to bring up this next question then. What is your hope? Like, what are you trying to get out of it as we continue to live with social media? Like what is your expectations
Expectation for like what specifically? Like
for
what will-
social media, like moving forward?
Like where we would like to see.
Where would
social
you like
media?
to see
Okay.
it go? Like, because do you think like this meta thing is going to get out of hand where we can have like a full mind suit and just be like, I don't feel like being, I'm gonna tune out.
We've all
It's
read or
yes.
seen Ready Player One.
We have.
I mean,
I
look,
was already playing one.
the-
It was really like,
you should watch it. Just like
watch
it's,
it, read it, do something.
do something with it. Like yeah.
It's on HBO Max. I'm pretty sure.
But like everything has the potential to get out of hand, like, and this is no exception, especially because there's no accountability, there's no lessons being learned from it. Like the allure of escaping painful stuff is extremely enticing. Like there's just it'll grab you and like pull you and not let go.
It's like a drug. It's literally like
It is. Doom scrolling memes through Instagram has become like just a way to pass time. Like you're just kind of mindlessly looking at stuff and just like it's like you're desperately searching for like that high almost. It's like literally fishing through heroin.
every time you
almost.
scroll, you're getting a
Yep.
dose of dopamine every time you scroll.
And but it's like what I hope for is what I'm hoping for is something that I don't think I'll be alive to see.
Not shit. I don't know for shit.
I'm hoping I'm hoping that like people will learn balance. People will learn how to people will learn how to deal with the bad parts in their life. People will, and not just learn how to deal with it. I'm talking like there will be more outreach to help people will reach out and help each other. There will be more programs to help people. There'll be an actual understanding of like what people go through and not just suck it up and get over it. Like that'll be a big part, multi-step plan, and just people using social media for what it used to be. Just
Reaching out to people.
yeah, reaching out to people and like, getting different little draws and stuff. I don't know. Like
I think
I want my kids to play outside.
Maybe maybe our lifetime won't be the time period for it. But I think that when we get to like closer to the ender stages of our lives, like I hope to see it'll probably be a more positive outlook on it. Hopefully.
Where would you like to see social media?
I would just like to see it in a way that like you're able to and I guess to your point, like balance, but really know what's real and what's fake. And because I think just there's so much content and information being spewed out, I wish there was just a better way to divvy it up.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like, this is like the real stuff. Like, I say I almost wish like there was like a bot to like delete stuff before it gets posted to the public to verify whether this is real or not. But like, if you're posting information, like know what's out there and like really do research for yourself. Like, don't just sit there and follow your favorite social media person and believe what they say. Like, really learn like what's real in the world and what's not. And like, that's kind of like my hope.
Get different perspectives.
Don't just do things to follow a trend. Know why you're doing it.
Exactly.
Like don't just post a black screen because other people are doing it in support of something.
What was that?
Like know the put some conviction,
Oh,
put some
look at that
conviction, put some conviction behind it. Like understand that shit.
That
Like,
symbolic victory bullshit has got y'all motherfucking minds in a tizzy. That ain't shit.
So
Y'all doing that stupid ass shit all the
what's your
goddamn
hope,
time,
or
bro.
do you have hope for?
do you have hope?
I don't have no fucking hope for this shit, bro. I got no hope for social media.
Someone
It's
had
cool.
to say it.
It's cool. It's cool that it's around. Shit. You can spread information fast as fuck. A lot of the information is misinformation, but either way,
There's misinformation on the news too. So like,
pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for social media anymore. And listen, man, as somebody that's been viral, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of likes, millions and millions and millions of views on videos and stuff like that, bro.
Okay, go ahead and flex on.
Listen,
like a good neighbor, Maxwell is there.
that social media has kind of taken sacredness out of certain things in life, and it kind of
dumbs things down. It kind of just it gets rid of, oh, this is something that shouldn't be on the internet, versus like, oh, I don't care, I see this a lot all the time, yada yada yada, I'm just posting it because it's what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that just ruins a lot of how deep things really are, how much knowledge actually goes into the certain things that people do and how people can do it, like a whole bunch of information that people have to learn, whether it's in school, whether it's in organizations, just things of that nature. Like, I just think it's just a rather irritating thing to have people just post shit on social media, no discretion, no wherewithal, no none of that shit, and it's just very irritating to me.
Can I add something, Jeff?
What's up?
Another thing I think I hope for will change, and I think a lot of this has to do with how people view themselves. I hope that social media loses the element of the desperate need for validation on all sides. Not just posting, not just people who post stuff. I'm talking about like the motivation behind making a post or an influencer post, seeking validation and like making a caption, what photo aesthetic, what filters to use, what angles to take a picture on, and also like people liking stuff. Like I've noticed there's a trend where people will comment and like posts more frequently, and it feels like they're doing so because they're desperately hoping to get noticed, or they're hoping for some kind of like what's the word where it's like you catch like some like what's the word where like you catch like some like the after effects of like someone's greatness or whatever.
Backlash?
Yes, you catch like no, not backlash, no, like yeah.
Like you get the secondary effect or something?
Yeah, like you like it's like you're hoping for like some secondary smoke of like what they're doing.
Secondhand smoke.
Secondhand smoke. It's like you're trying to get some secondhand smoke of like whatever they're putting out. Like you're putting comments like first, or you're trying to like say something profound like on YouTube even. They want to be the top comment. You want to be like the most popular thing because people will like they'll say something on YouTube. And then like they'll get like it's like some 1,000 likes or whatever, and then they'll put like an edit like, oh my god, I didn't think this was gonna blow up. Thank you. I'm just like, man.
Yeah, they do the same shit on Twitter.
And like people will argue on the comments. People will like they'll like certain posts more than they'll like others because they're hoping to get noticed. That's like thirst trap. That's like thirst chasers. That's like
I mean, you see that shit a lot.
Clout chasers.
People definitely steal posts.
Yeah.
And repost the shit for themselves to see if they can get some good traction.
Oh, for sure. Like y'all have seen like the MMA fighter I follow, Killer B Win. I love it. I love you so much. I love you, please. She is like a very active member of the community. She like does a lot of outreach stuff, not just in martial arts, but like for women, for people, of everyone. And I love the shit she does, and I like everything she does. But like she'll post something about like community outreach, and she'll get a few thousand likes. She'll post a bikini pic by the beach, she'll get like 10,000 likes. And I'm just like, I wish people would do things for the right reasons. I really do. I wish people would stop. I'm ranting a little bit. I wish people would stop giving money to the homeless while on an Instagram live feed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish people. I hate that.
Live
Don't do
stream,
that.
You're so doing service. What the fuck is that?
Like the true definition of virtue is doing the right thing when no one is watching. That is the true test of virtue. And y'all have. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all have lost that. You guys have.
I mean, it's nice to do like if we were to do like a volunteer thing. Yes, I want to capture that and capture the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll take a picture at the very end of the event.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah,
in
we
the
just
event,
did this
like
shit.
It's like
doing something like like that's not what we're
But like
doing,
that's for the reason. That's for the reason of like spreading awareness.
Right.
That's not for the reason of showing people that you're awesome just for the sake of being awesome. It's like, hey, I did this event, and because I did, it's so easy for me to do it. Y'all should do it too. That kind of thing. Or it's like, I want to like check mark this moment of my life.
Sharing awareness and information is that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're just constantly just saying, "Look at me, here, homeless man. Look at me.
Take these.
Like,
Take this $100 in this
Take
bag
this
of McDonald's
$100
because I am such a good
I'm
person.
such an influencer, and I have so many views. I'm gonna bless you with $100, and this will change your life. First of all, $100 ain't gonna change nobody's life.
Yeah.
Like,
But like, I get it. But like, hang on, I get it. In the end of the day, it is like, if you're gonna give someone to homeless, at least you're giving something to homeless. Like that's one thing. But the argument still remains: why do it on camera?
Because people just want to be viral.
Like, if it's a choice between doing it on camera, like doing it at all or doing it on camera, why not just make the third choice and just do it without doing the camera?
right.
Because people want to be noticed.
People are selfish.
So once
I'm sorry.
Vine hit
People are selfish.
TikTok well, it used to be Musical.ly, but TikTok literally like took that viral like type of algorithm to where like everyone has a chance to be viral, but you're not gonna be viral for very long.
It's like playing the lottery.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's actually less than the lottery. It's like doing the slot
But
machines.
like you said, TikTok makes everybody's attention span go so quickly. So you're viral for 2 days. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And but it's like
Unless you keep doing the same trend, but now
Yeah.
if you keep doing that, you're gonna die out eventually.
Like it'll be viral on TikTok for 2 days, Instagram for like a week, and then that's pretty much it.
But see, it's terrifying also because like I said, less like the lottery, more like a slot machine. Because like when you hit the slot machine, sometimes you hit like a different combo, you'll get something. It's like, oh my god, it's so exciting. Maybe next time I'll get an actual jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
And with what you're saying, actually, it's an excellent point because you're viral for a hot second and then you're gone, and it's like you get that dopamine pulled out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're going through withdrawal. It's like I need that feel again.
Yeah.
And you go look for a scorer.
What about you? What is your hope for the future with social media?
Yeah, man. My hope is to keep up with the self-improvement type of content because honestly, that's what I would consume the most. I mean, we all work, so I don't have that much time to be on social media like that. But when I do, it's usually like workout stuff. Especially if I'm like tired from work and I'm not in the mood, I'll watch like a few workout videos to kind of pump me up to go, or martial arts like to learn different techniques, or watching people like cook certain meals or like meal prepping stuff, or even like I said, like us being content creators now, like collaborating like what we did with David and Jay, and we going to that podcast festival, meeting all those people. It is a very friendly space of like just sharing experiences and people who've been doing it longer than us giving like me advice on how we could get better. So to have that type of community is what I would like to see coming up. It's not fake because everyone is rude because they're just doing their own thing, trying to get better and helping other people get better without like I have the answers to get better. It's just this works for me. Let's see if it works for you type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I think this is a great episode and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is actually the mid-season finale. We're going to take a break. So speaking of taking breaks on social media, we're actually going to take a break. We're still going to be posting on Instagram. But as far as any new content, it's not going to be coming out for a minute. So please go back to season 1, the Local Munchies, and season 2 playlist. Go to the Spotify page.
Listen to all the after hours.
Listen to all the after hours. You're missing out. It's a good talk show vibe, podcast, Local Munchies, good food reviews, funny stuff. We have plenty of content, so don't be, oh man, there's no more content. There's plenty of content to watch. So we appreciate you guys, and stay tuned because we got more coming. All right.
Y'all like, share, subscribe.
Follow TikTok.
Follow
us on Instagram.
all of our platforms.
This has been a great mid-season finale.
This has been the Foursquare Podcast.
Make sure you share with your sneaky links and entanglements.
And all that.
So waiting for that.
Yeah.
All of it.
Y'all stay easy, man.
Your
All right.
booze, your boo thing.
Yes.
everything.
You said what's up to the camera?
Stay undercover. Stay undercover, I'm stealth. My whole life I kept on waiting for shit. Had to learn to go get it myself. I'll get this shit by myself. I'll make a way for myself. I see you got a new dude and that's cool, but I promise we fuck I won't tell. Know that you miss it, I tell. Because you still hit up my cell. So just let us out of ourselves. Cause I think I'm losing brain cells. Cause you're toxic, so toxic, still want you myself. Wanted that girl for some years now. Now she unbuckled my belt. And see that she like how I felt. I'm on a mission, no I cannot fail. Killer but not Freddy Krueger. That means I kill something else. Different is how I maneuver. I am like nobody else. A loner, so do not look for me. Cause I gotta look for myself. I do what I did this shit for me. I don't live for nobody. Stay undercover. Stay under.